Hey, how you doing? Let's do it to it. Alrighty then. We're gonna go over a Timur game versus Sam. So I'll look at it from Timur's side, the U.S. Chess Championship. It was an interesting a move that Timur did. I'll show you where. E4, E5. He did the Berlin defense castles. Knight takes D4. Knight takes D6. Bishop takes. Pawn takes. And D takes. So he kind of did like a type of gambit here. It was a in gambit style. Timur plays wild. I kind of like how he does it. He's got the original berserker style. G4. Knight E7. He drew 2 games in a row, so I really think that he has a chance to pull a win pretty soon. If he steps it up, he's got a chance. Knight G5. Bishop D5. And then King E8, E8. And if takes here, this would actually help Timur. Yes, he's down I think it's, let me see, 3, 4. Actually, I think he's equal in pawns, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Nope. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7. But it would be silly for Sam to go for to trade his good knight for Timur's bishop. But this bishop is really strong. So bishop f6. Knight takes now. Knight takes. I think the reason he didn't want to play that was this would give the knight. But you know what? Maybe you get a good setup, something like this, and potentially you could play rook here and come in this way. If he takes there, you always have rook check, and then he comes back and he's safetied, so it's not like he's out of the woods yet. Yeah, Timur, I think, actually is a pawn up in this line here. So I'm thinking that black's a little bit better here. Oh, white's better. Interesting. Huh. About equal. Rook AD1. And B6 stops this thrust here. But he could actually just pound it right on through. And this was an interesting move. I was like, oh yeah, gotta love it. Triple pawns. Tripled isolated pawns. You gotta love it. But there's interesting thing is there's no way for Sam to infiltrate into the position. He does have a majority, but that doesn't mean really anything. This Timur has basically 2 routes to get to Sam. Right there, these 2 routes. And so it's like, hello, E4. Rook. There's the first one. A5, and so now he's trying. Timur's going to try to gambit another pawn. H4, H6. He's going to try to create. See, this one, this file has been locked down. He's going to try to open a whole another one. G6, which I don't know if that's such a great idea. I know what Sam's trying to do. Kaboom! Right on through with F6. I understand that, but this is an interesting move here. You could potentially play B4 and then wham, right on in. Kaboom, right there. A4, then takes. Hello. Welcome to my house. Wham, there goes another one. Now we have these monsters that are just coming down the board like a team, like a tidal wave. Or as they call the ultimate tidal wave of Maverick. Rook D, D2. Yeah, this was I think he made a slight mistake here. This was the spot that was a slight mistake, because if you take here, you take here, and then when he comes there, you get an attack here, and then at this point you can play E takes D3. And he missed. I gotta say, this one is Maurice says he's swindled or swingled or something like that. I don't know how to say it, but he basically got a really good attack on that one. Honestly, he had the move order perfect, and Sam missed this move here because it doesn't look like it actually works. It's more tactical. It's like a tactical attack, and you think that can't be played. Oh yeah, it can. It can be played because of this here. Kazam, and it's all. And then so F6 was played. King takes F6. So Timur has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pawns, and Sam only has basically 4. He does win the exchange here, so it takes there, takes, and then D5. I'm not sure. I actually like this type of an attack here. I'm thinking that this might here, and then back there, and if he comes here, you have this type of an attack. I didn't understand why Timur didn't just take here. And then you go after yeah, it's kind of, this is a disaster. He can't actually take there because of the pin. Rook takes. They asked why didn't he take here, and then he would have had this massive pawns here. I'm not sure if if this was actually not that. I think it's because of this infiltration right here. Actually, this weak spot there. I think Timur wanted to keep the pressure because of this, and then he would have this attack. So the king had to actually go to e2, and then he pushed e4, starting the charge. Rook b7, attacking the bishop. Check. And this is where he has 4 pawns or 3 pawns for the piece. So I just it gets into a long drawn out battle. Bishop D. They got into time issues, so Sam kept trying and trying. Kept pushing. Kept pushing. Kept pushing. Just kept on pushing. Kept on. Potentially, if he plays here, not really much he could do. You could just come up the board. That. And that's 50 moves, which is stalemate. It's the 50 move rule. Sam took the bishop and they declared it a stalemate. I thought that was kind of interesting. You don't get to have a stalemate every day, do you? Let's see, we'll go over, I wanted to go over one of those, and then now we'll go over a study. Let's see here. Alrighty. Let's get a London study up and rolling. Other lines too. Did we already look at that one? Let me see. Nope, we haven't looked at that one yet. Alright. d4, knight f6, knight f3. We really don't play like this because remember our line is usually bishop to f4. That's how we usually play. G, C, bishop g7, bishop f4, castles, queen c1. This allows us to be able to trade off our bishop. b6 was actually a mistake here. c5 is best. And then we're up a pawn. But this move wasn't the best because then we get to trade off. d6, h4. Bishop g4, h2 to attack the bishop. Knight f5, and there comes more of an attack. Then h5, kaboom! We're going for the attack. e5. There's h8 too. If we just get our pawns a rolling. And we go for more positional squeeze at that point. e5, f, takes, and in comes check. Take the pawn there. E3 is actually a slam move because if you think about it, what's it do? It takes away that square, and where really can the knight go? Knight east, queen e6, or e8, queen e8. Bishop c4 check. King h8, knight d2, bishop knight bd7, not bd2. Castle queenside and knight to h5. This breaks up the communication with the queen and the rook, so it's an interesting line that could be played as well. Queen e7. And so we're up basically, it's equal pawns, but our pawns are a lot more solid. So h5, rook f d8. They're trying to hold as much as they can. Exchange down because of the total squeeze that they're under, and his opponent resigned because even if they take here, you can actually start going for a mate. This would be a mate right here. So he would actually have to retreat back here to stop, and then you gobble that up. And then you just start grabbing pawns, and we have equal pawns, but our pawns are a lot stronger. So he resigned at this point here. Alrighty. So, are we ready? Are we ready? Is everybody ready to do some tactics? All right. So let's give her a go. We got a good game. It's getting pretty good at the U.S. Chess Championship because Jennifer Wu is actually, is undefeated now. So she has to win another 7 games, and I believe she would get the Bobby Fischer prize of 11-0. So that's going to be interesting to see if she can do it. I think she can, yeah. So if she keeps the streak that she's going, she soon could actually be the women's U.S. champion. So bravo to Jennifer for that. You know what? It took a lot of time and study. You know what? Pays off when you study. And she's also really, I noticed, relaxed. She doesn't. She takes it serious, but she has fun when she's playing. It's not something she has to do. She loves doing it. And it's that love that keeps her, in my opinion, it keeps her loose in the battle of chess. So we have to make sure we never lose that love and feeling on the fields that you're in, especially when it comes to chess. Oh boy, let me see. Okay, so he moved rook h to g1. Take the coat off. Get into our tactical zone. Let's do it to it. Let's see here. Okay, I think I have an idea here. Bishop h5 looks interesting. That puts a little bit of torque on the position, attacks the queen, and undiscovers an attack on the rook at the same time. See, there's two ways the bishop can go to. So bishop h5 or bishop e4 is a way of doing it too. So, bishop h5 or bishop e4. I'm just looking for the more. See, I'm thinking if we play bishop e4, what can we actually do here? He has queen to d. That doesn't. See, if we play bishop h4, h5, so bishop h5, queen to h1 could be played. But bishop e4 covers e1, so he would have to move his queen. Let me see, where could the queen go? Basically, only square would be queen. There's two actually. Queen could go to queen h3 or queen h5 would plausibly be where the queen can go to. But either way, she would actually be almost lost there. The rook would be lost. We'd win the rook. So, I'm trying to see, is there a comeback move that we can play? Do you see anything wrong with bishop b4 or e4? Bishop e4. What do you think? Because I really don't see any. They're going to lose a rook. We're going to be up in exchange. I was just looking at. I really don't. The only thing I can see is that. Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be. So yeah, okay. So we would have to actually. Huh. Bummer. That fizzles out my idea. So, drat. I was so looking towards winning a piece there. That might be the move that works. I think that might actually be. I think you have it on that one. I think we just pick up a the bishop. I really don't see anything more that could be played. Yeah, let's go with it. Yeah, nice work. Nice job there. That was the best of the lot. Let me see here. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I'm looking at H4, looking for some H attacks. Yep. Oh. Yeah, well, hey, good find there. H4 attack. That's a interesting move. I'm wondering if we don't have to play F5 first. F5 first, and then we could play H4. F5, then H4 wins the knight. F5 would take away all the flight squares of for the knight. So I'm looking at. I'm trying to see if there's. Let me see anything. Anything that we're missing here. Let's see, rook f3 takes, let's see if we play rook takes g3, f takes g3. I'm also looking at h4, knight e4, rook e5, f3, and then f5 at that point too. I think that picks up the, if I'm not mistaken, I think that picks up the knight, because then it's pinned to the queen. First of all, you go h4, knight goes to e4, rook e5 pins the knight to the queen, and the queen, I guess, could move. Maybe the queen can actually move after rook e5. Let's see, so h4. Yeah, I guess you could do that. You could take and then rook g1, h3. Yeah. I'm pretty sure h4 is right. Now we have to figure in is so rook takes f g2, rook I'm just trying to see. Rook takes g2, rook g1, h3, knight g3, queen c, queen to c6. I think that's right. I'm not sure. I think that one is. There we go. I was trying to make it work. So the idea was right. This here, when he after here, so we do, it doesn't matter what we do, we still win a piece. Okay, so that was right, drat. You gotta sometimes go with it. Doesn't matter what he plays. He still wins. Darn it. That was my fault. I should have went with it. Gotta stick in the click. Or get in the click, I mean, with our tactics. Okay, dokie. Let's see here. They give you these really straightforward ones. But I should have seen that one. We have to get into the mind of the machine. Let's see here. There's weak points. There's knight takes f7 is interesting. Knight takes e6. F takes e6. Queen takes e6. Check. Let's see here. Boy. Knight takes f7. King takes f7. Queen takes e6. Check. Vaguely remember something similar to this. Bishop to g. Then we play bishop g6. I think I got it now. Okay, knight takes f7. King takes f7 first. Queen takes e6. Check. King f8. And then bishop goes to g6. There we go. Let's drop the hammer down. Kazam. Oh, whoa. Hello. What did I... Oh, rook takes? No? What am I... Oh, queen takes. Oh, the bishop is attacking our queen. Drat. I had the right idea. Okay. Let me see here. I'm looking. Um, trying to find the queen's offside, so that's a good thing for us. So this means we have like 4 pieces that are right in the fray. The heat of the battle is our friend. I'm looking at something to do with bishop h6 check here. I'm trying to remove the king from the attack and kind of remove the rook. If we can do that, we got some pretty good devastation coming down the pike. Let's explore this. Bishop h6 check. If rook takes h6, queen to f4 is an interesting maneuver for sure. That hits the weak, soft underbelly of the king. But then he has bishop d5, I believe, huh? So rook takes, king takes, knight, and king there, and then you push. Interesting. That's what I was wondering, if we weren't missing something there. That makes more attacking sense, yeah. Yeah, I knew there was something to do, because we don't want to trade off our advantage. I believe you're right with knight f5 check, and king goes to h2, queen g5, rook takes, queen h6 check, king g8, and then mate. Yeah, that is the move. And then this, let's see here. Whew. Trying to see what would happen though if he takes our. See if we go queen g5, g takes f5. Queen h6 equals mate. So we can actually play here. We can't go to, let's see, we don't want to go to D. Let's see, how do we want to do this? We have really 2 spots to go to. We have king d1. I like king d1 because of when queen goes a1 check, and then bishop c1. Yeah. There we go. And we're still threatening the mate. I'm looking at, let's see here. There's knight e4, and then we can go d2, knight d2, which forks the queen and rook. There's knight takes h3, which is a check, king h1. Not much. I don't see what's our continuation though. Well, I guess we could play knight f2 after that. And I think we can pick up a let's see, knight takes h3 check, king h1, and then knight f2 check, king g1. And then we could potentially go knight g4, knight g4 if he and I think we are setting up for a mating net then. So he'd actually have to take our he has to take, otherwise he loses, he'll lose the mate. I'll show you. Okay, he's got to move. What in the world? Go back. Alright, here. If this happens, then it's mate. There's no way to stop mate. I guess you could try queen there. Trying to think, how could we... queen takes G, that's it. Okay, and then he has to move, and then we grab the rook. Okay, I knew there was a move sequence. I just always like going over them to learn the patterns, what the continuation would be. It's the only way to learn and get better. Let's see, there's really only one check. Say queen c6 is interesting. Queen c6 check. c6, check. King has only one move to go to b8. King b8. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I think that's a better idea. Say a5. I was kind of considering that. a5. If knight d7, queen c6, check. King b8. Queen c7, check. King a8. I'm not sure if we can win anything in that line. I'm looking to see if we couldn't win any. I think we might be able to win something. Will we be able to win anything? Oh, wait a second. What am I talking about? We can actually can we actually mate with coming to a8? Let me see. a5. Let's see something. I want to check. Because when the knight's gone, we actually have we actually have queen a8 that opens up to us check, and then king to king would go. Actually, that'd be mate, wouldn't it? That'd be mate. Holy raviolis! So he has to lose a piece. Wow. Oh, so I was wrong. Is it a5? Nope, not there. Wow. For real, huh? That's different. The most forcing line would be rook takes g2 check. let's see here. Rook takes G2, check, King F1, Rook F5, check, King, King E1, we could win a piece. There is a way to win a piece. Rook takes G2, or takes G2, check. King F1, Rook H2, wait, could we actually... No, we can't win it via that way because it gets too close. Rook H2, Rook D1, D7, Rook check, Not sure what to do here. Oh, if you did his rook, oh, we'd win the rook, so he can't do that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that would work. There we go. Oh, we'll check that out in just a second. I'm just checking here. If we try to win the rook, he'll play rook b. So if we try queen takes c8, which is tempting, rook d1, check, and that wins the game. That wins on the spot. That's the showstopper. Ooh, there's a good one here. Queen e7 check. Queen e7 is interesting. Queen e7, if king g1, queen e6 check. Maybe we can get a perpet. I think the best we can get is a perpetual. Queen e7, check, king h6, queen to h4, queen h5, uh-oh. Wow, the rook would take us. Bad move. Not good. Oh, that is true. We can win the queen with... oh, yeah, you're right. Silly me. Knight f7 check, and that forks the queen, so he has to go back. Yep. I think we can get a mate now. I mean, a forced perpetual with queen f7 check, king h8, queen f6 check, king g8, and I think we get a perpetual at that point. I think we saved the game. What do you think? That's my idea, and then it's just a perpet at that point. I think it's perpetual at that point. I don't really see a way to win. Pretty sure it's not. Oh. I win the rook? How do you win the... How do you win the rook? Let me see. What did I do that's... Oh, knight here. Okay. Ah, that's it. Ah, gotcha. Sorry about that. I thought it was a perpetual. Yeah. We had the right idea here. Ah, drat. Oh, gotcha. Ooh, this is interesting. Oh, so they're giving us another one of those type of puzzles. Very wonderful, right? Yeah. Trust me, I wouldn't think like that in a real game. That's what I thought the puzzle was. I'm kind of like a berserker when it comes to my moves, so you don't have to worry about that, because you know what, I'm all in when it comes for the win. See, that's what I was looking at. Let's see, C7. Let's see. Let's see if we can't find a let's see, C7. Well, there is Queen A7 check. There's Queen A7 check. Yeah, so C5, C7, Queen A7 check. What the? Whoa. Okay. King G2. Oh, sorry. King G2. Queen takes C7. Queen takes C7 at that point. And I know Bishop D7 was the idea check, but then he's got King H4, and I don't know what to do after he plays King H4. I don't think there's any more checks that we can play on our opponent after that. C7, Queen A7 check, King G2, then Knight E5. Okay, but what does he do? What do we do then if he plays D4? Oh, we made him with. Okay, I see what you're saying. We checkmate him with Knight to G6 is mate. Okay. Knight G6 is mate. Gotcha. It's actually c7, queen a7 check, king g2, queen takes c7, bishop d7 check, and if king h4, knight e5, and if d4, then knight g6 is mate. Oh, rook e1? I mean knight e1. Okay, let's give it a go. We worked it out, so. Okay, king at g2. Bishop d7. Oops, hold on. He's going to check us there. Oh, yeah, e2 stops. That's right, e2 stops that. Well, then he can win our queen, though, can he? Can't they win our queen? Oh, that is right. Yeah, you're right. Because e, and then if takes, we check. He comes back. Then we go knight e. Yeah, that is right. Yeah. Yeah. It just took me a second to see all that. We had it all worked out except for knight e5. It was knight e1, and then he takes the bishop, and then we do that formation. So we got close to thinking like the AI. I'm looking at rook takes. I'm looking at, well, I don't know if that actually would work. I was looking at rook takes c4, but I'm not sure if that actually would come to pass for anything. Rook takes c4. I'm not sure about that. I think it does. Wait a second, that's mate. What am I thinking? Duh, it's mate. Silly me. That's funny. Rook takes c4. B takes c4. Queen e3. Check. King f1. And then knight h2 is mate. Am I right? Is that correct? Economy. Just wanted to make sure my calculation's right. Well, so yeah, so rook takes c4. You're thinking about rook d1 d8. Are you thinking that he's gonna play rook d8? But the first move is rook takes c4 though, right? That is the first move though, right? I just want to make sure I'm going down the right path. I believe it is, but oh no, don't tell me. Nope, not that. Oh, darn it! Yay. For real? Huh. So maybe it was that maybe it was that if we played this here, he could actually play rook if he plays back here. That was my bad there. Let's try it again. Alright, we need to gotta work better. Not go for those. Yeah. I know what it is. It's knight a3. There we go. There we go. There's 11 points. You gotta love it though. Hey, if they well, hopefully they will put more out there. I think I remember this. I believe, let me see, is it F7? I think it's I'm trying to remember. Nope, yes. Yeah, F7, knight D7, A6, king B6, I believe, C5. I'm thinking that's it. And then if he plays king takes C5, or does he move? I'm trying to remember this one because we've had this one before too. I'm trying to remember how it goes because I know F7's the first one. Then he goes knight D7, A6, king B6. I mean A6, and then king C5 or pawn C5. And then if he takes A6, we can actually play c6 attacks the knight. Well, does that actually lose though? I think a7 is the first. Oh, don't tell me. Not. It's this? Oh, okay. No, okay, it's this here. So it's a6 first. Because I remember seeing this one. Yikes. Ouch. That hurt. Let's see. Bishop h6. Knight takes e2. Check. King h1. King h1. Well, maybe not king h1. Maybe king. King h2. Maybe king h2. No, that wouldn't work either. Because I was looking at well, no, we'd win the queen. King h1. Yeah, king h1 is the move. So it's this here. Knight, king h1. Queen. See, it's not queen takes rook. It's bishop takes rook. Queen takes, I believe, would lose. Yeah, it's bishop takes rook. Oh, I think we got a. I think we can win the queen here. I think I got it in my mind here. Oh, rook takes f7. Sorry about that. I had to go in and kind of calculate on my mental board. Rook takes f7. Knight takes f7. Rook takes f7. King. And king takes f7. Knight. G5 check. If king goes to f7, f6, queen f4 check is really strong. So if king goes back to f8, king f8, knight takes h7 check. If king goes to f7 again, knight g5 check, king f8 again, and I guess we could play queen f5 or f4 check. So maybe that's actually best to begin with. I think maybe not taking is, I think that's a silly idea. Yeah, I need to go back and remodify this. I need to remodify that. King f8, if he goes king f8, then queen to f4 check. Well, I guess he doesn't have to go to f8. He could go to king to e8, couldn't he? Yeah, that would throw a kink in the works, wouldn't it? Okay, if knight g5, rook takes f3. What do we do after that? What if knight takes g5, rook takes f3? Do we play rook takes f3? What if he goes back rook f7? Do we what do we do then? Do we play rook takes f7 at that point? Oh no, we take the rook in the corner, don't we? Yeah, we take the rook over the corner. Okay, let's give it a shot. I think that might be right. I think still queen takes d5 wins. I think that still wins a rook, doesn't it? The queen's under fire at this moment. Our queen's under attack. So rook takes f7. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that makes sense there. Great work. That was an excellent find there. You're doing great. This is a funny one. You're gonna love this, I believe. Let me see. No, doesn't work. Drat. I was gonna play bishop takes c3, rook takes e8. Then I was gonna play bishop d4, but he has rook e8 or a2 e3, and he's safe. So drat. That doesn't turn out to be the way we want. So. Darn, that's not the fun part, is it? We could just play the queen, our bishop d4 check right now, but he still is protecting the rook, so that's not going to work. He's still protecting the rook, so that doesn't work. I think it does. Let me give it a try. Bishop takes c3. I went through it in my mind. Rook takes e8. Bishop d4 check. Rook 8 e3 f. Oh, the bishop would be under attack. Bishop f4. If g takes f4, rook takes f4, bishop takes e3 check, king g2, bishop takes f4, and then bishop takes d7. So I think we would have equal, we'd have bishops of opposite color, and I don't think it'd be winning. I think it's equal at that point. Be a dead draw on that one. Ooh, we could potentially. Now let's see. If we play takes there, it comes back. So close to checkmate, but no. I was thinking this line here, f4. After rook takes f4, bishop takes h3, but then he's got rook takes f. f8. So that wouldn't work. What am I missing here? Well, maybe it is work. Maybe it does work. Rook takes, bishop takes. No, it still doesn't work. Actually, it's worse that time. Alright, what's the line though? Do you have a line? After bishop takes c3, rook takes takes e8. Right. Well, I have that all the way to right about, yeah. Are you talking about something like this? Is that what you're talking about? Okay. Give it a shot. Oh, wait a second. Rook. Oh. Wow, so close to 2900. So close. One move away. I did not see that. For some reason, my calculation, I didn't see that one. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. Hey, you know what? You gotta learn, move on, and keep moving forward. Okay, c6 is an idea here. I'm looking at c6 here. Because c6, if knight f6, check, queen takes f6. If bishop takes, bishop can't take c6, so because then queen would take c6. We could actually just take with the pawn, avoid all the headaches. play C. We could actually just play C6 and go G takes F6 at that point and hold. And then we don't have to worry about any of the cheapo ideas that our opponent has. Our queen's adequately protected. If queen wants to trade, more power to the queen. Trade with us, we'll be more than happy to do that, and we'll be right as rain, a piece up, and happy to go. So let's go C6. Oh, well, I guess now we need to throw in bishop D4. Bishop D4, we could throw that in. That would attack the rook in the corner and buy us time. So that knight F6 would have to come to pass, or and then we would play pawn takes. Yeah, this is the only thing that I could see that. Oh no, no, huh? Oh, fork. Oh, why didn't I see that? Oh, duh, 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 duh. That's a fork. Ah. Why didn't I see that fork? So, thing about saving our bishop, drat. That was my bad there. I need a V8 there. It's that commercial, I need a V8. That's my thing. I think in a real game that would actually work too, so I'm not too upset about it, but you know what, we got to play the best move. We'll get it back. We'll get the points back. Not to worry. Alright. Okay, knight D5 there. I don't know why I'm thinking queen queen takes G4, but it just feels like something like that. What do you think, Economy? Queen takes G4? Bishop D3. Knight takes G3. Knight takes G3. Are we thinking, let's see, bishop D3, knight takes G3, queen takes G4 maybe? Maybe is that it? You don't. What's the line then? If you have a line, it'd be much appreciated to see if we, because I'd like to see what line you're thinking about. So you're thinking, okay, bishop d3, knight takes g3, f takes g3, and queen g2, queen g2. What do we do after queen g2? Queen takes g4. Let's just say that. F takes g4, bishop e. So queen takes g4, f takes. Yeah, but it still wouldn't give us anything because rook takes g3. We'd actually be down material. We'd be down material on that line. Because he would take our queen on h5, and his. I guess we wouldn't be. We would be down one piece. So what I was thinking is queen takes g4, f takes g4, bishop e4, if rook g2, then we have f3 that could actually be played here. I know I don't want to have to play queen g4 either, but I'm just looking for what the position asks of us to play. I'm not sure if even if that works. Like, let me see here. If f3, hold on, let's take it out a tiny bit farther. if knight takes g3, f takes e2, check. So he would have to actually play queen takes e4, and then d takes e4, knight takes gr. Wait a second. H takes g3. So I don't even know if that works. I think we'd be down a piece again. Another piece again if we did that. I think we're still, even if we did that, I think we'd still be down a piece. What am I missing here? If bishop e4, f takes e4 though. Okay, rook takes. We looked at bishop d3. It doesn't bring us anything. And this is actually the line that would come to pass after it right here with bishop d3. You don't see a problem with bishop but your knight's under attack at that point, isn't it? See, if we do this here, after we take, he'll have knight takes h5, knight takes h5, and after we play rook takes g4, rook takes g4, rook takes g4, and f takes g4. I don't really know what we actually have at that point. I think we're well, I guess, well, maybe we do have mate. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I think I'm wrong. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we win a. Yeah, I think that is right. Hold on. Let me see. Right after takes and knight takes here. We don't want to play rook takes. We would want to play bishop takes 3, check. And then the rook 4 to G2. Rook 4 G2 would happen. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think you guys are right. Oh, so it's oh. Ah, drat. So here, here, what does it after this? Let's see, what am I missing? Ah, he could just take. Okay. Not good. We need to amp it up, guys. Come on. We got to do this. Let's not get him wrong. We got to work together. We got to work together as a team. Got to make sure we're 100% in, all in on this one, all in. And you were right. I know. Let's see here. Let's see, yeah. Let's see here, so trying to see, let me see. Say Queen G5. Yeah, because queen e3, queen f6, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Ah. Let's see here. If rook takes e2, check, king g3. So we just win the queen at that point. So rook takes e2, king e1 is forced at that point. King f1. Oops, sorry about that. So that wouldn't work too well. Trying to figure out how do we so rotate c2, king f1, knight takes c2, king takes e2, knight takes a1, rotates a1. Bishop b5. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. I'm wondering if rook takes d2, check, king e1. So rook takes d2, king takes, rook takes d2 check, king e1. Trying to figure out, but I don't know what to do after this, but to check. If we check again, that's I'm kind of curious about checking. If we check rook e2 check, king d1. Well, I guess we could play bishop check, and then when the king keeps running forward, oh yeah, we do win, don't we? We get the bishop here. Rook e2 check, king d1, bishop a4, check, king c1, king c1. Rook c2 check, queen takes c2, and maybe knight takes c2. I'm thinking something like that. do one more and then we'll log. Ah, I got it. Yeah. Bishop, yeah, bishop, sorry, queen, b6, check, rook, c7, queen takes, f6, check, and if king, if king c8, I think we're in trouble. Yeah. I'm thinking that potentially maybe queen e6 might not be a bad idea. Queen e6. Queen b6 check, rook c7, and then I was looking at rook hd3. That's kind of what I was taking a look at. Oh yeah, that would work, wouldn't it? Oh yeah, that wins a. You're right. That wins a rook, doesn't it? Wow, I can't believe I didn't see that. Queen b6 check, rook c7, and then rook c3. That picks up a rook, doesn't it? On b. Yeah, that picks up a rook for sure. Wow. That for sure does. I have to move the king. We have to move the king. King b1 is forced. Because if we play rook d2, queen takes d2 check, king takes d2, and then knight takes b6. So the king has to, king d1 is king b1 is forced. Now we can play this here, and it works. Okay. So do you have any questions before I log off for the night? On chess, of course, are the puzzles. You're good? Okay. Alright. Alrighty, then. I wanted to thank you all for logging on. Had a little bit hard of a night today, but you know what? We'll recover it back. Because we're not stopping till we do. And we're not satisfied until we're number one. Life is about treasuring your victories and learning from your losses. And that's what we do every time we miss a puzzle. We learn from our mistakes so that we aren't doomed to repeat them again. And like that one puzzle with the pawns, that I knew there was something about that, but we'll get it next time, so don't worry. Remember that mistakes do not define you. It is how you handle the mistake that defines you. And there are no limits to the gifts that the Lord's given us through our abilities. Like Bruce Lee says, there are no limits. There are plateaus, but you must not stay there. You must go beyond the plateau that you're at and keep pushing forward. And you know what, we're at the 2500 level plateau right now. We will break that eventually. We're learning how the patterns work, how the ideas work, and we're improving as we go. So we will get to 2600, not to worry, and 27 and even beyond. But we have to always remember that, like, we become what we think about. We become what we think about. That is E. Nightingale. And you know what? We have to always be thinking positive thoughts of how can we, and not we can't get there, but how can we get there? What it is we have to be better on our tactical skills and spotting, attacking pin pieces and those type of things. That'll come. I know it will. We were at 23 for a while, 2300. Then we went to 2400. We struggled there. Then we bumped up, and we finally got past 2500. Now we're in the 2500, and we will go beyond that. So don't worry. Bruce Lee says, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." So he doesn't fear somebody who has, you know, studied a lot of different things, but hasn't basically made it into. It's the difference between stone and clay, if you want to think of it that way. That you can really stone is, if you try to punch it, it's gonna hurt, but clay, you can punch it and then pull it apart, and you know what, it's nothing. But stone is hard. And that's kind of what Bruce Lee was talking about. There, if you do 10,000 different kicks, you're like clay. But if you do one kick 10,000 times, you're like stone. And that's what we want to be. We want to be rock hard mentally when we sit down at the board and dominate. That's our whole thing, to dominate the board. Remember, it doesn't matter who you play. It's all about the board. You want to be the one that's pushing the initiative. You want to be the one that's finding the tactics. You want to be the one that's implementing all the flow, as Jeremy Silverman would say, and you don't want to be the one reacting. And that comes with one thing that Yasser Seirawan talked about. Every long journey begins with one small step. Grandmaster Yasser said that. So every long journey begins with one small step. And I always think of the little engine that could in the story when she's talking with Rusty. She's a hauler, not a toy hauler that goes into the real world. He says this: if you think you can, you will. If you think you can't, you won't. But either way, you're right. So if you believe you can do it, it'll happen. If you believe you can't do it, that'll happen. But whatever you believe, it'll come to pass, because we make it. It's kind of funny. We'll actually jeopardize ourselves sometimes in that, just so that an outcome will happen. So that's why you should always rely on the Lord and understand that He's given you a gift, and don't take it for granted. And He'll renew your strength, and you'll mount up as wings as eagles, and run and not be weary, and walk and not faint. So do you know what? We have to just keep our path strong. And I always like the Winnie the Pooh, when he says, they asked, my name's Tigger, and that one girl on there asked, what's a Tigger? We always do this with a chest cruncher. When you're studying and most are playing and doing other stuff when they're supposed to be studying, they'll ask, what you doing? I'm a chest cruncher. You can say that. They'll ask, what's a chest cruncher? A chest cruncher hangs up their coat, hangs up their hat, sits down and studies when most won't. They do. And that's what makes all the difference. And then you can introduce chess to your friend, or to whoever is asking why you aren't playing or doing what everybody else is doing. You want to win, because you want to put in the time to be victorious. So, and you can direct them and show them how chess really helps in all areas of life. And who knows, you may make a whole new friend out of that. But what we have to, if you're interested in joining us on our journey all the way up in tactics, you can always click follow and join us every night. So you're more than welcome to participate. All right, and right now what's going on is they have one more day in the U.S. Championship before the rest day. So if you're interested in doing the watching, it's going to be on tomorrow. Okay, as Wesley So says through the Lord Jesus, as I say, God bless, and I'll see you guys next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Have a blessed morning, afternoon, and evening, and Lord willing, we'll be back on tomorrow, and we'll keep pushing forward. And we'll get to 2600, Lord willing. Remember, the Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord always. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.